I'm Andrew Barber here with Drew Shipley on Hawk's Eye View, and we are happy to be here on a Sunday morning bringing you a national championship preview podcast. Drew, I think we knew this was possible when the season started for the Iowa women, but it still kind of feels surreal. How are you feeling this morning?
I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22, Andrew.
Let's go. Love it.
I've been waiting all morning to say that. I've been in my Taylor Swift zone today.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got to start off this episode by giving you a lot of props. You were very adamant that Hannah Stuelke is her second best player, and Hannah Stuelke had one of her best games. Probably not her most high scoring. That was obviously the Penn State game, but it was probably her best game that she's had. Went toe-to-toe with Aaliyah Edwards, scored 23 points, had double-digit rebounds, I believe. I mean, she was just a beast in the post. She was awesome in that game and was a big part of the reason why Iowa won, because Caitlin Clark was defended well, didn't shoot particularly well, still got hers, but Hannah Stuelke really carried it as far as the rest of the team went. So I got to give you a big shout out there. You were very adamant about Hannah, and she pulled through.
Well, I appreciate that, Andrew. You know, and what's kind of concerning, right, is it seems like the last 4 weeks, Caitlin Clark has not been as efficient as she's been all year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I mean, it's taken an awful lot of shots, an awful lot of free throws, an awful lot of layups, right, to kind of get going, to get to those, you know, what is it, 45 consecutive games of 20-plus points.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I don't know if I should be that concerned because they're still winning ball games, but, like, this is it. Like, there's no room for error today.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go 3 of 17 from 3 today. That's not today is her day. It's not Hannah Stuelke's day. It's not Gabby Marshall's day. It's not Kate Martin's day. You know, it's got to be 22's day today.
Right. And they're going to have to hit, you know, every open 3 in the book, I think, to pull this off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
not just Caitlin Clark, but yeah, you mentioned it's not Gabby or Kate's day, but like if they're open, they're going to have to hit it. Like there's no.
Absolutely.
The first half against UConn, let's go back there. The turnovers were just killer.
Oh yeah, that definitely can't happen, or it's going to be a 20-point game at halftime, and there's no coming back from that.
Right. So that's the thing, and I felt like they were also settling for outside shots in the first half.
Yeah.
But early on in the second half of the UConn game, Caitlin Clark started driving the lane, and I think that you have to do that against South Carolina. I know they have Cardoso in there, who's 6'7". She blocks like 3 shots per game, right? So South Carolina has a rim protector that UConn just didn't, but you have to attack it anyways. I feel like Iowa has to drive the lane and attack anyways.
For sure. We have a little watcher on my other shoulder. I'm sure you're probably laughing.
I see that.
Hey, why don't you just say hi since you're just going to sit there and look at us?
Hi.
Okay.
What's up? We have a guest on the podcast today. I didn't know.
Yeah, he is the current WWE champion. You want to show the belt? That's what Caitlin Clark's coming out with today.
Let's go.
Thank you, sir.
I would absolutely lose it if she came out with like a WWE championship belt if they won somehow. I hope so.
Unfortunately, I think the Big 12 has those rights.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe not exclusive, but like, you know, the Big 12 championship game for football, they've been awarding like the MVP of that game, like the WWE belt. Like they actually announced like some sort of partnership, WWE Big 12. I'm not sure if it's just football or if it's like all sports, but anyway, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah. How does Iowa deal with Cardoso defensively? If
lots of rotations, I think, Andrew. I mean, lots of double teams, and I mean, this South Carolina team is different than last year's, right? this year's team has outside presence. They can shoot the three, which is the problem, right?
Yes.
We can't just beat up Aaliyah Boston on the inside and run and gun with this team this year. I don't think. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of rotations. I think it's going to be physical. It's going to be like how they say it every podcast these days. How is it going to be officiated, right? Like, how physical are they going to let the ladies down low today?
Yeah.
I mean, Hannah Stolke gets some early foul trouble. I'm not feeling great.
No, I feel like we're going to need another great game from O'Grady like we got against LSU too.
For sure.
O'Grady's going to have to play one of her best games, I think. And she really did last year because Cardoso was on the South Carolina team last year. And O'Grady
She's the only one, isn't she?
Nope. Raven Johnson was on that team as well. But other than that, it's a lot of new faces there. I believe Bree Hall, who plays significantly more, was on that team. Ashlyn Watkins was on that team, but didn't play that much. She plays a lot more this year. But then it's Malaysia Full-Wiley, who's a true freshman, and then Pow Pow, who's an Oregon transfer. And yeah, that's really it. And Chloe Kitts, who I believe is a transfer in from I can't remember where. A lot of new faces with this South Carolina team, but Cardoso and Raven Johnson were in last year's game.
Okay.
But O'Grady had to be big in that game because of O'Grady and Sonano were big in that game because they could go. We could play them together and they could go against Cardoso and Boston.
Sure. And
we could throw Stolke in a little bit too. But you're right. We can't have Stolke in foul trouble. And my mindset is like attack Cardoso, hope Cardoso gets in foul trouble, and then that really opens things up, I think.
Yeah, much like Aaliyah Edwards in the Final Four, right? Like
or Reese.
I think that game plan is pretty solid, honestly. You said it at least a half a dozen times. Keep running at the rim.
Yes.
I mean it works. So
yeah. Yeah, that's really it, man. I'm excited. South Carolina does the offensive rebounding thing that we struggle with. So defensive rebounding is going to be a key. We're going to need Kate Martin and Sydney Fulter to play above their size. Like defensive rebounding is going to have to be an everybody thing today. Like every time South Carolina throws a shot up, everybody's going to have to collapse in there and rebound. You can't be running out to try to go to offense. We're going to have to collapse and rebound. That might slow our fast break down. But I do feel like Iowa can fast break Cardoso. So can run her up and down.
Well, and she got banged up there too, left the game in the first half against NC State, right? So right. Like, how healthy is she? Can she run with Hannah Stolke? I don't know. I don't think so. Hannah Stolke's got like elite speed, 94 feet.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, I think you keep rim running like that and see where the cards fall, you know. I think we have a solid chance. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go out on – like make an official prediction that Iowa wins. I don't know. I mean, it's a tall hill to climb. Back-to-back years, right? South Carolina's definitely has a revenge tour element to this, right?
Yeah.
But granted, like they have no returning starters. Like Cardoso wasn't a starter, was she?
No, and
Raven Johnson wasn't a starter. This was five brand new starters. Completely
That's
different.
why it's impressive.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, give Dawn Staley her flowers as much as I may or may not like her. I don't care. I don't care for her narratives and her demeanors and pressers and stuff like that. I mean, just go win ball games and act like you've been there before, and like you don't need to be passive aggressive about what you're saying to these reporters because I don't know. I don't care for it, but. Much like Kim Mulkey, but whatever. She's out, so we don't have to talk about her.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see it. It works out that it's 3 p.m. because WrestleMania starts at 7, so we have plenty of time to watch it and then walk to the stadium. So it works out perfectly for us today. It's gonna be a long day. So I'm getting my Gator light in now because it's gonna be a long day.
Nice. Well, this is the end of the road for Caitlin Clark, Kate Martin, Gabby Marshall, Sharon Goodman, I believe, is moving on. Molly Davis, it's her end as well. What's your favorite Caitlin Clark moment of her career? What's your favorite moment of this group of their career?
Man, that's hard to say.
Yeah, I was trying to pinpoint it. That's why I'm asking you. I'm hoping you can help me.
I think it was last year's walk-off game winner against Indiana. Was it Indiana that Caitlin Clark hit the walk-off 3?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was the moment where I thought truly that Iowa was a Final Four contending team.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, Indiana and Iowa had some battles here in the Caitlin Clark era, right? Like, I mean, some really good games both ways, some blowouts both ways actually as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that game kind of turned the corner of the possibilities of what the program can do in the future too, right? Like, what's the Caitlin Clark effect going to be in Iowa City in 2025? Like, are we going to be able to recruit top 100 girls to Iowa City?
Yes.
After Caitlin Clark, I don't know. Are we? Or is just Lisa Bluder just a great coach, which she is? You know, like her program was no slouch without Caitlin Clark. They were perennial top 25, hanging around there, 4 or 5 seed every year. You know, like they've been there, but not to this extent. So I want to see how it pans out in recruiting in the next couple of years. What kind of talent that they get rolling into Iowa City after Caitlin Clark. But my favorite moment is that walk-off against Indiana last year, I think.
I will second that, and it's not because I was personally there.
Oh, shit.
For that moment with my mom. I don't know if I've ever said that on this podcast
I don't think
before.
so.
Yeah, I was personally there, and not only was I there, I was about 15 rows up from the hoop where she hit the shot, so I saw it real close.
Oh shit!
Like
That's awesome.
It felt like it was happening right in front of my face, like this close in front of my face. So yeah, that has got to be my favorite moment too, just simply because of that. Being there in that atmosphere was really something, and I couldn't even hear myself think multiple times during that game. I know that Carver's gotten that loud this season, but it was that loud for that game as well. And I was just like, what is this? This is the loudest basketball atmosphere I've ever been to. And I've been to quite a few basketball games in my life. So you're wondering about if Iowa can carry it over in recruiting. I guess we can talk about that in the off season, but I will let you know that all the 2024 freshmen that are coming in are all top 100 recruits.
Oh, shit.
And
I had no idea. I haven't even looked down the road yet. You know, I haven't come to terms with the fact that today, win or lose, this is it.
We're drastically different in that department because I've done nothing but look down the road.
I know you do. That's your jam. Like,
that is my jam.
Yeah. That's good.
In 2025, we have Addison Deal, who's number 12 overall, and Journey Houston, who's number 36 overall. And then we're in on 2 more people who are top 15 overall that we have a good chance at.
Okay.
And then in 2026, we have Madden Greenway and Jenica Lewis. So Chad Greenway's daughter is top 50. Jenica Lewis. Oh, wait, no, she's top 25. So is Jenica Lewis from Johnston, Iowa. So we've got, it's not just top 100. We're approaching territory where we're going to get top 25, top 50 kids every year.
It's also great to hear that the state of Iowa itself is still churning out Division I
yes
top athletes, just in general, not just women's basketball, but mean, men's basketball has sprinkled some in there. Football has been up there. Unfortunately, we haven't landed many of our own in the football department,
Right.
at least permanently.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good to see that our talent in our high schools I think, is being elevated in the last decade.
Yeah, it is for sure. 14.3 million people watched the Final Four game.
I didn't think they were going to break that LSU number. I didn't think they were going to break that LSU number. I had no idea.
Yeah, I'll say it right now. I think today they're going to break the Final Four number. There's probably going to be at least 15 million people that watch this game today.
I'm going with like 17, 18 million. Like, what else is on? Like, what else is on today?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, nothing this afternoon.
The floor is completely wide open. And it is as much as I would like to say that WrestleMania would have a little bit of pull in that, which it is. It's a worldwide phenomenon. It really.
It's later.
It's like tens of millions. Yeah, it starts way later. Have all day.
Yeah.
All day to celebrate the ladies' game. It's great. It's perfect timing. I'm glad they figured that part out.
Yeah.
It seems like to me though that the biggest gripe of the whole tournament is the regional locations. Albany and Spokane this year, right?
Yeah, I don't necessarily like that, but
people didn't like it. No, then but they had Caitlin Clark and her press availability posted up shop behind where the dumpsters are coming in or whatever. Like, did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
She had a press availability where she was answering a question, and you just hear the beep, 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 like the loading dock is like right behind her in the curtain. Yeah, or something, forklift or a dump truck or something going backwards. Like it was literally just behind a curtain. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
wow. So, I didn't want to bring it up too much, but the controversy that everyone's trying to make with the UConn game, the late offensive foul and everything. A lot of people are trying to, say a lot of crazy things about that. I saw someone tweet out, and I didn't really understand it until just now. It was like, the NCAA can't even schedule a press conference that isn't interrupted by a forklift. They can't rig a game for Iowa.
Now you get it. I made it come full circle for you.
I get it now. I get it. That comment makes a lot more sense now that you say that.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That was ridiculous.
So then, yeah, these games can't be rigged for Iowa because the NCAA can't get their stuff together.
And it should have never came to that anyway,
and it really didn't.
No,
right?
No, it didn't.
So, yeah. We can go on and do prediction time. I'll do it. I'll go first. I think South Carolina is just too much, man. I want to pick Iowa. I really do. I'll be cheering for Iowa. I just don't have good feelings. I think it's South Carolina 80. I think it's Iowa 74. I think we fight and battle, but maybe come up just short, and that's it. That's how it ends, unfortunately. Hoping for the storybook ending, but I just don't. I do not have a good feeling about this today.
I'm gonna pull an Andrew Barber.
Let's go.
I will not be on this podcast and pick against the Hawkeyes in a national title game. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to bring myself to do it. I don't give a shit. Like this isn't Iowa football playing Michigan in the Big Ten championship. Like where we know for sure we're going to get stomped, right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't one of those things. I think Iowa has the talent in their best game to beat South Carolina. Therefore, I'm going to pick as such. In overtime, 91-88.
You're going to have to find a new co-host if it goes to overtime. I'm going to die of a heart attack. I'm going to die of a heart attack. I'm just telling you now. If it goes to overtime, I'm having a heart attack. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be pretty.
Hey, I mean,
So
better
get
than
someone lined up.
Get somebody lined up. I'll work on it.
All right. Well, I hope that at about 5 p.m. your time, 4 p.m. my time, roughly, that we're having a victory celebration. Hopefully there's a championship parade scheduled in Iowa City for Monday that I can find my way to. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I just hope that there's a championship celebration going on. I'll try my best to enjoy this game. I know I'm going to be all over the board emotionally during this, especially if it doesn't go our way, which I'm not predicting. So, Drew, it's been a good ride. Thanks for hopping on this morning and taking a little bit of your time to talk with me. Hawk fans, enjoy it. As always, enjoy this magical run. We don't know when we're going to see something like this again. Back-to-back national championships is a rarity, not a given for Iowa sports. So try your best to enjoy it. And as always, thank you for listening, and go Hawks.
Go Hawks.